Okay, and so don't talk anything bad about me, say anything bad about me. Okay, this is being recorded.
Okay, good. So anyway,
All right.
so again, just a little audio narrative here. We're at the Positron Magnetic offices in St. Petersburg, Florida, just doing a little demo for Jansen Cliff here. And of course, you have to see my VBA because that's where all good things start. So this is kind of going to be an ad hoc, walkthrough. You get to see a little bit of the office here. This is my little office here, but you get to see a couple of things. One of the things here, and this will kind of be in rapid succession, but this is our QuantaPack. This replaces lead acid batteries. It's really super small. You can hold it in the palm of your hand right here. And this is not a battery, right? So this is part of our positron technology. And you can put this in your car, in your truck, in the semi-truck, and it will start, and
wow,
it'll run forever. So one application of our technology.
What's the length on that? How long will that last, Nick?
About 60 years.
About 60 years?
Yeah. So we will have moved on to greener pastures, or pastures nevertheless somewhere. This is another great example. This is our relationship with Bosch. This is a cordless power drill. All right, there we go. You can see it. But this is not a battery. This is our technology. So this runs off of our quantum power cell, which is the same technology that sits in this, just modified to fit in a cordless tool. This is the same form factor, weighs less than 10% of a regular lithium-ion battery, and this is not a battery. So I can do this for the next 9 hours.
So you said, sorry, the charge will last 9 hours?
The charge on this will last about 9 hours, and once you connect it to our positron charger, because the positron is at this stage a little too big to fit in something this small, that is coming in 23, but it charges in 3.9 seconds. So you got 8 hours of use out of something that charges in 4 seconds. All right, so heading out here a little bit. So this is kind of our central office space here. Of course, there's our hero of the day, Nikola Tesla. Not me in a cape, but Nikola.
Yeah, all right, good.
He rose from the dead.
We have our conference rooms here. We have various different, areas here of work. There's Mr. Comby, who is our chief legal counsel, saying hi. Hey, Bill, how you doing? To the folks in Canada. Yeah.
Mr. Comby.
Yeah. Here's Mr. Nate, one of our engineers. Hey, Nate. Yeah. This is our one of our SolidWorks rooms where we do CAD design, other fun stuff. But anyway, let's go to some of the fun things here. All right. So here, this is one of our back areas, and I'm going to show you a couple of things here. To begin with, this is our what we call our Q, positron Q generator. So this is a generator with moving parts. Okay, we have a motor and a generator right there. This is kind of where it all started. Now, of course, we have no moving parts whatsoever, but this gives you an idea. This thing will just run and run and run until these moving parts just give out, making electricity. And then, of course, you could scale this to make as much power as you want. These are the larger power cells. You saw one in the cordless power tool. You saw one in the car battery replacement, the QuantaPack. These are even bigger versions, but here they look like they could be the size of a car battery. But look at this. You can just lift it with the thumb, and that's super light, super powerful. And then we have our smaller versions right there. But these are all our proprietary power cells. Not batteries, very important, not batteries. These all replace battery technology. All right? Here's a really unique situation. And
there's a golf cart.
There's the golf cart. Actually, here's the golf cart, and there's the car. All right? So I'll just show you the golf cart for now, but basically, both of them are electric vehicles, same principle. This is the Nissan Leaf, which is an electric vehicle. It will be powered by our technology. This is an easy example, right here. So this is a golf cart. And as you would imagine, this is what's usually in a golf cart, right? Lead acid batteries,
Yeah, yeah.
right? So these lead acid batteries are no longer in our tech. Instead, these are our proton power cells. And you see there's only 3 of them. There's lots of space in here because our stuff is super small. But that's it, all right? And so here's the golf cart.
Now, Nick, sorry, just on the
Yeah.
golf cart, how
Yeah.
long would those 3 batteries keep charged on that golf cart?
Oh, so this one has the positron technology built in, so this thing will run forever. No charging.
Well, how long is forever?
Forever would be until the tires run out or the car runs out. You want to drive around for a year, drive around for a year. Driving from Ontario, to Miami, go for it. No charging.
On one charge?
No, well, it's not even a charge. The power
I
cells.
know. Sorry, I got to get used to not using that verbiage anymore.
Yeah. Effectively, what you guys are looking at here is the world's first unlimited range electric vehicle. Let that sink in for a second. So now I'm going to get in here and let me go.
Does it improve my golf game, Nick?
I'm afraid that may just be an impossibility there, James.
Is that I know, is that, can
All right.
create a,
There we go. Yoo-hoo,
Wow.
let's go.
wow.
There we go.
Let's create a premium package to improve golf games.
All right, so here we are
Wow.
outside of our facility here, and I'm going to put this thing in motion. And there we go.
St. Petersburg, right?
St. Petersburg.
Yeah, Richmond Hill is only about a 24-hour drive at 55.
No need to gas up.
Nope.
Wow.
And this thing, because there's no weighted batteries in here anymore, actually goes almost 50% faster than.
Yeah, because he doesn't have the weight on it anymore. So 50%.
Yeah.
Wow. Oop. What happened there, James?
I lost Nick, my bandwidth. I don't know his or mine.
Probably his because he's away from his office. Maybe because he was on.
And you're seeing it. Back into.
We lost you, Nick.
Oh, yeah, there we go.
Yeah. Yeah, sorry guys. We're back here. I think I ran out of Wi-Fi range here for a second and
Yeah.
turn it off. So this is now the one thing that you're not seeing in this building, and there of course is the car, which is to us a golf cart and electric car is all the same, right? The one thing that you don't see here, it's in a different building, is our airplane, our electric airplane. Same thing. So our power supply powers the electric aircraft and no batteries. This is, oh, you remember, Cliff, I was talking about the P1K, right? The small unit that you can sit in your house and power your house?
Yeah, yeah.
There it is.
No way.
Lift
Are
it
you
with my
serious?
thumb. There you go.
Okay, so just so for Patrick's information, so what is the capacity of that? What can that do, and how long will it last?
So this one here, there's 3 versions. The P1K is 1 kilowatt continuous, 2 kilowatt continuous, and 3 kilowatt continuous. So to put that in perspective, 1 kilowatt continuous is 24 kilowatt hours per day times 30. The average household uses 900 kilowatt hours per month. So the 1K could power a house. The 2K definitely powers the house. The 3K will power a building. All
And
same
then-
form factor, by the way,
And how long would that last?
until you're dead.
Infinity and beyond. Infinity.
Okay.
Hopefully not. So this thing, remember, no batteries, right? And so what's in it, which I can just briefly show you, this is a bench model of what sits in there. But that's it, that's the positron.
Come on.
Wow.
Yep, so if this is the moving part, which is the older version with moving parts, and this here is the non-moving part. And just to give you an idea, when we turn this on, so here's a meter, right? See this meter?
Yeah.
Right? So this is an inverter, right? It's 1700 watt, 1.7 kilowatt inverter. And this is a 1 kilowatt hair dryer. Now, this is an electrical hair dryer, 1 kilowatt. So what we're going to do is we're going to turn it on. And here's the 1 kilowatt hair dryer. Okay. And that's it. So oh, and then here's another model. It's a bigger model of the one you saw earlier, still moving parts. But this is just an example of how we can scale just about.
And what would the application of this one be for, Nick?
Museum. This is this will be the museum of positron, because we really don't use the moving parts anymore. We're just using the non-moving parts one. We just have them here for, just to be reminiscent and aware of how, change this here, of how important the work that's been done here, and how, just the incredible innovations in electricity that's come about here. This is the aggregate of this, even for me, over 35 years of work, right? And to have pulled this off earlier, we had people in from a very large aerospace company, and they brought their top people, just the top of the top, and they're the largest aerospace company on the planet. And they came here, and previous to that, they saw the airplane. They were working on the other facility, and they were just, and by the way, excuse my shaving, we've been up for 3 days because we just did our first industrial installation at Lowe's, which is, the Lowe's, that's a big power application, right? So Lowe's is 3-phase. I mean, you got a golf cart here, which we just saw, which is 48 volts, DC. But then here, we have a massive 480 volt, 3-phase inverter. So this here is a 1.7 kilowatt inverter, and this is a 15 kilowatt, 480 volt, 3-phase converter that runs industrial applications. This is the one that sits at our Lowe's installation right now. So all the way from something very small to something really massive, our technology just handles the whole thing. So yeah, so in regards to Canada, a couple of quick things which can be revisited later on. Obviously, number one, we can obviously, with the Canadian grid or any grid, which we're working actively on in the US right now, but with the Canadian grid, we can make just massive improvements and innovations to make sure that every Canadian has access to electricity and no longer ever will be without power, without having to need nuclear reactors, coal power, fired power plants, or any of these things. This stuff doesn't use any of these fuels. It's totally safe, doesn't use any rare earth elements. But more importantly, on the smaller generators that can be used in a person's home, we can manufacture those in Canada. And that could bring a lot of employment to Canada, while at the same time creating electricity sustainability, for the Canadian people as well. So there's a lot of benefit to be had here, and certainly looking forward to that discussion. But this is, and obviously we're not biased anymore because we created the tech here, but this is the largest innovation in electricity since Tesla invented alternating current.
Well,
to be able to create electricity out of the ambient environment, out of the atmosphere, basically. I won't go into the processes, but you have the printout, you have the PDF. So that kind of lays out exactly how the technology works. Now you've seen it, and not only have you seen it, you've also seen the applications of it. You saw an electric car, you saw in industrial applications. You saw the smaller power cells that can be used to replace car batteries or any battery for that matter. You saw cordless power tools. The applications are literally endless. Anything that uses electricity,
Which is everything.
is applicable. It's the number one commodity, and then from an electricity sustainability and security standpoint, what would it be like if that your electric grid is now decentralized and is no longer vulnerable to attacks, and to disruption, weather phenomenon, anything. Now you have power, and you have power forever. It just heralds in a whole new era of the way we look at electric power. And so this facility here, I go back to this here. So this building here is our St. Pete facility. We have 3 additional facilities here. We have a facility in Orlando, Florida as well. And then of course, as we expand domestically and outside of the borders, that expansion will primarily be manufacturing and distribution to the end consumer, whether the end consumer is industrial or consumer based. It's the same to us. So that's kind of the demo.
Right. Well, I appreciate that. Yeah, thank you for that. And then, Nick, how far do you think you would be from getting into full manufacturing?
We're ready now. We're ready. So it's really now all about where do we manufacture? Who are our manufacturing partners? Who is stepping up to provide the incentives for us to be there in manufacturing? For example, this aerospace company is in Washington State. They're out of Seattle, and they're looking for their specific industry to build a 1 million square foot facility to manufacture aerospace specific applications for our technology. And so there's a partnership there. It's all depends. But if the question is, which if I understand correctly, you're saying, when are you guys ready to go and do this? That is now. I mean, we just did the Lowe's installation. Lowe's is the second largest home improvement chain on the planet.
Yes.
Right. So I think we may have just lost their signal here. I shouldn't wander too far away from the building. My bad.
That's all right. That's all right, Nick.
You guys hear me?
Yeah, we can. Yeah.
Okay, you're back.
Oh, sorry, Cliff.
That's all right.
I lost my Wi-Fi. So. Oh, by the way, here's Casey Calvaresi. And Casey is a bunch of Canadians. Don't worry about it.
We're coming to invade.
Casey is our Chief Operating Officer. And make sure we all keep it straight.
You mean keep you straight? Okay, I got it.
Yeah, pretty much. Make sure I'm corralled. So here I'm back in my office. So yeah, Cliff, we're ready today. We can manufacture today various product lines. We just need to make sure that the people we partner with, regardless of their particular vertical, whether they're government based, whether they're industrial based or consumer based, and make sure that they have the capacity to do it and to work with us. So we would license our technology in the capacity that can be used to manufacture and distribute this equipment, to get all the benefits, of the technology for the people. So in Canada, there would be a particular way to go around, about it, and to work with the stakeholders there who, I tell you what, whether it's Canada or the US or any other country on the planet, if you use electricity, this is a massive shift. Also, when you're starting to think about climate change and global warming, this is zero emission technology. It produces no emissions at all. Produces no sound, no heat, and no emission. So if you're into the conversation and the narrative that we need to do our part, to protect the planet and the climate and the environment, it's a no-brainer. There's no way you cannot do this.
Well, I can tell you that my province in Ontario here, that we are the manufacturing province of the country. And you know, from the auto industry, from plastics, textiles, everything. I mean, this is the go-to province. You know, we've got a population of 14 million here, and you know, some really gifted people here. So setting up a factory here in Ontario would not be a far stretch. It would be something that we're quite used to and adapt to. And I think this would be a wonderful opportunity for your company and the province to consider this. And you know, I'm really excited about this, Nick. Honestly, I think this is absolutely amazing, and to even be a part of what's about to happen is like this is history changing. This is world changing. And not to mention all the third world country stuff that I'm sure that's, you know, on your mind and whatnot. But we also have, you know, with our indigenous here, is that you know, you know, a lot of them are in really far out places, and you know, to have that continuity and consistency of electricity is a real game changer. So I can't wait to get our team together and come see you, or get you to fly up here, or whatever we got to do to get things going.
So
We're
if you're
ready.
We're ready, right? You're ready, Nick? We're ready.
I'm ready to go. We are ready. We're literally moving into the next phase right now, which is to go from R&D into full scale manufacturing in every considerable, you know, vertical. So we are well prepped, and of course, to accommodate that as well, regardless whether it's here or in Canada or somewhere else, you know, we are looking to employ, you know, thousands and thousands of people and give them gainful, skilled employment, you know, so. And I think that will do great things for an entire generation that is looking to get into an industry that is, you know, not just brain dead stuff, you know, where we're actually building equipment that is meaningful, you know, to people's lives and the planet. So yeah, very excited, and just follow up with me. But I'm glad I was able to give you a demo today, and it gives you a really good understanding of the ramifications of some of the things that are going on here. And then on to the next step.
Okay. All right. That's great.
Cool.
James,
Yeah,
I guess it's time to take over Canada, my friend.
100%, no problem.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm
We're
gonna
here
stop.
to give you guys